I was raised extremely religious, and
How do you think that affected you and your perception of self?
It's dogma. It's like, it's that thing where it's like being raised religious is being like a Gatorade bottle, and you can pour all of the Gatorade out of the bottle and fill it up with water, but you're always still gonna, like, you can't.
The aftertaste will always be
you
there.
can't get rid of the dogma, and you can't get rid of the guilt.
Wait, my question is, how did growing up religious affect your attachment to your beliefs? Like, do you see your beliefs as guests, or do you see your beliefs as residents?
Dogma is the idea of, like, this is fixed, and there has to be a militancy to which you view. Because I think what people forget is, like, religion, every religion is trying to be the Jeff Bezos of the truth. I'm trying to monopolize the truth. I'm trying to have cornered the market of truth.
But what is the benefit of that?
Control. Okay, these are political systems. Like, it's political systems. These are political systems, forms of taxation and forms of organizing people.
Okay.
But I think George Orwell has this really great quote in his essay on childhood where he was saying, he was raised Christian, and he was saying, like, to be born in the dogma of the wake of, like, monotheistic faith-based religion, it's like being born into this world of right and wrong, where the rules are set up such so that you can't keep them. And it's like you're introduced to the idea of good, and you're introduced to the idea of bad, and they're so fixed, and it's so obvious what you should. It's just not physically possible to maintain. It's unrealistic.
So how do you not kill yourself when you know that you can't live up to these standards?
Well, that's where the Catholic guilt comes in, and you can get rid of the attachment. I no longer feel bad about having premarital sex. I no longer feel bad about any of these things, but I feel bad, full stop. It's like
just all the time.
Yeah, no, like, you are falling short of God's grace. That is always the and you can, it's like you have a relationship with a father figure, and your father dies. Those issues don't fucking go away. Now you just have them. It's actually one less person for you to sort them out with.
So do you like God? Are you a fan of him?
I don't. Asking me if I like God is like asking a dog if he likes them. God doesn't give a fuck if I like him. Like, that's how I view it. Like, I don't.
Wait, but how do you have a relationship with someone or something where
God is a metaphor? Like, I don't like. I think that it's a waste of time. It's not a waste of time. It's productive if you want to. But I do think that, like, it's just like accepting that you don't have the range to, like, really. I don't know. The idea of disliking God is one of the funniest things I could think of. Like, nigga, first, like, nigga, who asked you, bro? Who, like, what? Like, it's just, I just see God being in heaven. Just like checking his mentions, being like, these niggas just talk. Who the fuck?
Yeah, no, but I'm that person who is beefing with God, and I know it's counterproductive, and I know it's the height of absurdism, but I don't understand how Christians, like, fuck with God. Like, how are you on good terms when he's made you feel like trash?
I think the biggest thing that people forget is, like, I'll speak for, like, the perspective of, like, Black Christianity, because the way that Black people and white Jesus go together, we're just meant for each other.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, Christianity, like I always say, it's like your trauma causes delusion. And then Christianity comes in to convince you that your delusion is virtuous. And it's just like all a little perfect glove that fits together. And who has more trauma than Black people?
Yeah.
But when it comes to, like, the dogma that comes from a traumatized person who finds Christianity is, it's like the smell inside of Noah's Ark was probably unbearable, but there was a fucking flood outside. So, like, sure, the ark smelled terrible. Like, Christianity is terrible. The Catholic guilt smells terrible. The dogma smells terrible. But without this, there is the ocean of absurdism and existentialism, and I'll smell the dog shit. Like, I will stay
over absurdism.
No, I'm not saying how I feel.
Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, I'm also speaking on.
Yeah, because I have purpose here.
Interesting.
I have essence before existence here, as opposed to absurdism is existence before essence. picking a faith-based religion is having essence before existence.
That's a really good, way to describe that.
And man, do not underestimate the human's mind to repress and the human's to like find. And another thing is like as a former Christian who is still around a lot of, I don't challenge them on things anymore because I don't have anything to give you in return.
No, me neither.
I don't have anything better than white Jesus to give a black mom from the hood who's like struggling to find purpose in life. I know how to take it away from you. I don't know how to give you anything better.
Well,
so okay, why would I take that away from someone?
So I'm a really big advocate. I appreciate nihilism. I think a lot of people think I am a nihilist. I appreciate nihilism, but I'm not a nihilist. I think I lean more towards absurdism, but even that, I'm not there fully. But I think if I were to take religion away from anyone, and I genuinely don't think that's a good idea, but if I were to actually do that, why is absurdism not a good replacement? Like, why can we not replace dogma with why isn't it so comforting to know that, like...
absurdism is the full... Because here's the thing about... To deny absurdism is to say that some things are too absurd to occur. So you're like, literally, like, cropping the picture. So to not fully embrace the arms of absurdism is to see a, like... just a small little section of what you would call rational, logical existence, which is such a small part of, but they are arms that they're just cold arms. Like white Jesus's arm, they're so warm. He gives great hugs. Absurdism gives like really like awkward, and then it'll just like clap you on the ass real quick. Well, it's not like that's absurdist. Like they're not warm, loving arms. They like grope you a little bit.
But I think they are warm, loving arms because there's so much comfort.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm playing white devil's advocate.
Yeah, of course you are. But I genuinely think there's so much comfort in accepting that everything is absurd, so there's actually nothing to stress about. Like, life just really is just a series of emergencies, and anyone who told you otherwise was just trying to sell you a product. So, like, why worry about anything? Like nothing will make sense because everything is absurd. Like, why not just enjoy what you have? Thank you for listening to the first half of this conversation. If you're interested in listening to the rest of this conversation, you will find it on Patreon. So please support my Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/bobosvoid, or you can just click on the link in the description box below. If you enjoyed this conversation, I'll be having so many more of these types of conversation with different friends, with different strangers, with all types of interesting people, and sometimes just conversing with myself. If you are interested in philosophy, politics, race, all the things, I'll be hosting all the conversations on my Patreon. So patreon.com/bobosvoid, or just click on the description box below and support me. Thank you.